This smells great. This looks amazing. This tastes wonderful. What beautiful sights. Our senses. Our senses through which we perceive our world. Through which many thought forms are created. Our senses. Who controls the senses? Who's controlling them? Because one wants to go one way, the other one takes you the other way. Continuing with our discussion on integrating polarities, this is Archana with Divine Soul Resonance. And integrating also the readings that I do for energy readings for the month. And new moon's coming up. And I did a reading for myself, setting intentions for the new moon. And that's what drew me to make this video today. One of the things that's going to help me grow is this card came from one of my favorite decks, and I want to talk about this one. It's called Assyrian Starseed Tarot. Okay. It talks about the journey of a starseed when they come in first. When you first come in onto Earth, in the womb, and you come, you cry, you feel your way around, you figure out what the universe is. Okay, you use your throat to cry, and that's how you communicate. You touch and you feel. You go through those years of, when you're young and your people are taking care of you. You grow from that. Our experiences are changing. You're perceiving, and you're constantly giving out information and receiving information from the mind. So starseeds are people, souls. The mixed souls, not of Earth, but as the word says, seeding of consciousness. They here go in different areas where consciousness, a shift of consciousness needs to occur. Putting the seeds in and then letting them grow and emerge as it should. I'm drawn very strongly to it. Very, very strongly to it. I do feel I am a starseed. Not of the earth, but of Earth. And the blocks are what needs to be mastered for growth to occur. Came as the Chariot card. The Chariot. When I bought this deck, I'm born a Hindu. I have a very strong connection to Christ. I do. I don't know what it is. I just know. It is just very difficult to explain. When I bought this deck, I didn't know that the Chariot card would be represented by Lord Krishna, the chariot here. Our holy scriptures, the Bhagavad Gita, is written on what Lord Krishna talked to Archana on a battlefield. Battlefield, an epic battlefield. But that battlefield, really, even though for us to understand, it seems like they're humans, but really, it's a battle of dark and the light within us. To move into a higher state of consciousness, living from the heart center, from our heart center, is called a 5D consciousness. It's a different dimension where you are connecting with others, with the heart source. With the heart source, looking at every aspect that you've created, every relationship, every event, as something that is bringing in a lesson or a blessing. And every lesson is a blessing. Recognizing a higher perspective, connecting and seeing that each person and each thought that we've created and each event that is occurring in our life really is a reflection of our inner self. Of our inner self. So it's a mirror back. It is part of, we're all connected. We're all connected in the spirit form. But I want to talk specifically about this. And it says here, this is one of the most difficult keys to interpret, is the Chariot card. Who is the charioteer? And what is he racing towards? As the starseed journeys along the path of earthly existence, he or she realizes that there will be challenges to face, and these may require independent action. The road can be treacherous. Darkness and light pull at the reins of our being as we race ahead, learning that it is our focused mind and intention that harnesses the forces driving us forward. Driving us forward. These 5 horses represent our 5 senses. So the question is, who is running these? Who has the reins? The reins are held by the mind. But who is controlling the mind? This card shows, if you look at it, there's a light purple. Do you see the purple igniting right on the forehead, right there? Lord Krishna. Krishna represents our higher self, divine guidance, which is also right here, third eye chakra, sixth chakra, the third eye. The third eye is really the mind's eye, the eye that is within us. It's within. So when you close your eyes, what you feel, the guidance that you get in. This is called mastering our energy. There will be light. There will be illusions. Are you letting the higher self is talking, but you shut it down? So what happens is, this horse wants to go in this direction, this one wants to go in another, this one wants to go in another. So it's running all over. But for you to move to a destination, to move to a certain point, all of these need to be controlled, right? That's what any charioteer, go back into those times. Winning that race would require a concentrated effort of putting all of them together. Light and the dark push us and pull us. The illusions. All that glitters is not gold. All that glitters are not diamonds. You're going to go through life. There'll be many choices. There'll be many options. They'll all look wonderful, and they look so shiny and attractive. And so what's happening is your senses are being used. But you are getting guidance. You are. I always get that. Once we put those reins into the hand of the higher self, with focused attention, clarity of mind, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And this mastery is what we keep coming and incarnating on earth for. This is what we come here for. Mastering our energy. Mastering our senses. It's not mastery over another, it's mastery of the self. It's coming as one of my blocks. So I'm being asked to let go of those reins into the hands of the highest self. Stop doubting and let that guide. Let that guide me. And with this, I want to talk about another important card. It's actually an aspect, and I want you to look at the seal. This is called the Assyrian Starseeds seal. Do you see a triangle? Trinity, mind, body, soul. Okay? This also came for me, and I'm sharing that with you. Abundance. This came as a gift. Gifts that will emerge for me. Abundance. But in this case, I want to read what she writes in here, and I'll show you that. Interestingly, well, this card in traditional tarot is the Empress. Okay. I want you to look at the imagery of this. You see this? Right? So I'm going to read this. Merging the focused, clear intent with the esoteric wisdom of the higher self opens the floodgates of cosmic sea. From the soft, still waters of higher self, you're going to explore the vast oceans of love and abundance that surround and pour through the Great Mother. Her arms open wide, she's a maestro of the symphony of life and the infinite power of love and flowing emotions. She is the splendor of trusting that the universe always provides. The pure energy of love unleashed. The dynamic energy of 3 is explosive and forward moving. All is possible. All can be birthed and rebirthed at will. At will. Here's a creative expression of the arts. We are reminded that without them, the rhythms of the ocean will give way to the unleashing of floodwaters and great tidal waves. Unbridled, this can also turn havoc if left unchecked. To me, this was phenomenal that these have come together in different aspects. And I meant to share these with you. Unbridled can run havoc, whether it's your sadness, whether it's resentment, whether it's inability to let go of past hurts. Allow the higher self. Allow for you to see the lessons. Control the mind. Not through the ego, not through what all looks amazingly beautiful on the surface. Go deeper. Hear the voice that you don't sometimes hear because they're drowned by external noises. Hear what they have to say. Connect with an infinite source of abundance. Connect with that infinite power and the ability to create anything at will. Anything. We are transcending. We are anchoring a higher dimension. We are. We're going to see that. It's going to be mass awakening in people. There's going to be major changes in the Earth's environment. We are seeing that. We are going to see that through tsunamis, through earthquakes. Nothing to be fearful of. Just the way we are purging, so is Earth. so that it can anchor in a greater timeline, a higher dimension, a higher consciousness, love, unity consciousness. The age of Aquarius is here, the golden age, the golden times. You know, when I was growing up, I just got teary-eyed when this card came up. Let me see if I can pull this up, because I probably will butcher the Sanskrit version of it, because there was a show on TV. I never missed watching it, and it was called Mahabharata, and the title verse, and I will tell you that if I can play it for you. If it'll play and you can hear it, it would be awesome. Let me see. Just hear it. Abhutanam dharmasya tadatmanam sajamyaham paritranaya sadhunam nashaya cha dushkritam sarma sansthapanataya sada yuge yuge. It always did something to me. I have not heard it in decades. That was when I was growing up in India. I used to be in high school. You know, and the meaning of that, just the main meaning of that is every time unvirtuousness, darkness rises to the point where it can no longer be sustained, I shall come again and again to establish virtue, truthfulness, and goodness. That verse always did something. To me, it represented hope. I'm a light worker for light. I have to travel through darkness. Dark and the light have to exist simultaneously. Can't see the light unless there's darkness. But when darkness threatens to the point where human existence, we've reached that point. We have reached that point. No longer can we continue working with only thinking about the self. Unity conscious, thinking about the good of all. The rise of that brotherhood, sisterhood, friendship, love, compassion, kindness. It has to. As an Aquarian, to be here, to witness the coming of the age of the Aquarian, watching that, coming from two different lands, born and raised in India, been living in the United States for as long as I can remember. I wish you much abundance. Recognize that all is possible. We are the creators of our reality. We can allow a higher mind to guide us, an intuition to guide us, all our psychic abilities, all that we're capable of in each one of us is going to rise, is going to open. Allow that. Sending you love, light, and much, much blessings. And I will talk to you soon. And today I say Namaste. The divine in me honors the divine in each one of you.